Jose Reyes. He's been rumored that the Brewers are interested. He's interviewed with the Florida Marlins. How about the Marlins? Isn't that a great fit for him there?
That's a great fit. I'd move Hanley to third, not in the outfield. I think that, that's a perfect home for him. I think it makes Hanley better. I think he has a buddy to play with now. And I think with Ozzie as the manager, it's a great, great fit. That was my number one choice, and everything I've written would be that he goes to Florida. But I'm going to add a team, Butch, that really needs him, and they should pay for him, and that's the Tigers. If the Tigers had Reyes in the middle of the infield, watch out. And I haven't heard a lot of talk about it, but my gut tells me that they're going to play.
Interesting.
They're going to be in this along with Milwaukee.
Interesting. Dave Dombrowski's been known to do that. He made the Miguel Cabrera move. He made the, who's the catcher from the Red Sox? I'm drawing a blank. Victor Martinez move, so you're right. Let's move on to Carlos Beltran. The Red Sox need a right fielder. J.D. Drew is long gone. They have a bunch of young guys, Ryan Kalish and a bunch of others who are coming up. But the rumor is that the Red Sox really want Carlos Beltran. He's not the same player. He's injury prone. From John Heyman, Sox interested in Carlos Beltran. Giants likely out after getting Melky Cabrera. Competing, I can't read that, 2-year deal with Boston. The Red Sox looking for a 2-year deal. Good deal if the Red Sox get him because he's not the same player because it won't cost as much now, or not?
Very good deal. Butch, I know you and I are going to disagree on this. Carlos Beltran is one heck of a player when he's healthy.
Bingo. Hold on, Bernie. Bingo. Stop right there. When he's healthy. Major
I was just
question.
going to say it. I think he is returning to health. I think he may not play in the field every day. This has ramifications, Butch. This has big poppy ramifications. What this tells me is that they're not maybe totally sold on bringing Big Poppy back. If they have Beltran, he's going to DH part of the time. He's not going to play 162 games, 150 games, 130 games out in the field.
It's a valid point. It's a valid point, Bernie. They've actually talked about Youkilis being so banged up because of how hard he plays, and if Poppy's not around, giving him getting a third baseman and another bat, a guy who can move around. And if they get a corner infielder, outfielder type of guy, and Poppy's not around, you're right. Maybe you get a rotation at DH. It's a very interesting point. Let's move on to the Phillies closer situation. The latest stories say they're probably going to re-sign Ryan Madson, but they did interview Jonathan Papelbon. A very general question for you. If you're the Phillies and you're looking at Madson, a quantity that you do know, who's emerged as a good closer, and you're looking at Papelbon, a quantity you don't know because he's changing leagues, how do you as a scout judge whether a guy like Papelbon can be more or less effective going from the American League to the National League?
No brainer for me. You hit it, Butch. It's the guy I know. And Charlie knows Madson. He likes him and he trusts him. Now, why would I risk a bad situation, a guy who I don't know in the clubhouse, a guy who is going to be changing leagues? Why would I risk that versus a guy that I do know, who fits in my clubhouse, and who knows this ballpark?
Well, I'll give you only one reason. If you thought that Madson would be willing to be a setup guy or that Papelbon would be willing, which he wouldn't if he's going to sign a free agent contract, if that's the case and you paid him as such, like a closer, now you've got an X factor as a bullpen. If you throw Madson and Papelbon out there,
lights out.
Well, that's huge. That's the only reason I can give you, Bernie. Right. So let's go on.
I don't think they have the money for that, Butch. I frankly don't.
C.J. Wilson to the Yankees. C.J. Wilson's rumored to be everywhere. But the Yankees could use a pitcher. It's probably a good fit. Is it a good fit if he goes there?
It is a good fit. And by the way, Butch, for me, he slots as a 3 there, not a 2. Nova's my 2 because the big horse lefty Sabathia is my 1. So then I go Sabathia, Nova, Wilson, and I've improved my rotation tremendously.
And the other free agent that's been out there is Mark Burley. Tell me a team that Mark Burley has not been rumored to go to. Red Sox, Yankees, Dodgers, Rangers, Marlins. Where's a good fit for him? Boston?
Marlins. The Marlins are an excellent fit, again, because of Ozzie. He knows Ozzie. Ozzie knows him. They trust each other. They really gave him the great tour. He was the first guy in. That's the first place he went. I think it's a very good possibility that he goes there, but he could go to New York. He could go anywhere. That's the type of, this guy's going to go out and pitch for you, and he's going to pitch quick games for you, and he's going to keep you in the game every game he's out there throwing. He's not going to blow hitters away. To me, he's a perfect fit on a ball club because he's got a great attitude. He wants the ball, and he wants to beat you. He's probably, for me, I'd go after him before I went after C.J. Wilson.